we are doing spoiler discussion on Mayans MC Season 3, Episode 1, and Episode 2. So let's get into these spoilers. So right off the bat, I loved how they used slipping into darkness in the first episode. It really set the tone, and it brought me back to American Me. And we had Edward James Olmos in this, so I was yes, loved it, and loved it even more. So I freaking love that music choice. Don't like the intro though of the Mayans, too long. Didn't like the song choice. I get what they were doing, but they should have switched out the song. So I'm not even going to edit this spoiler discussion. We're going to go straight at it. And so in the first episode really blew me away. I was like, hell yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted brutality. I wanted deaths. I wanted bodies hitting the floor because, this is our make or break season. So the showrunners, I don't know if they got the heads up, but they're going to get more seasons. But if they're going to go out, I would want them to go out with a bang. And I think they start off super strong. Okay, so I do think the theme of the overall season I'm seeing is a lot of characters are down and a lot of characters are rising up. So Ezekiel, of course, is rising up. He's patched. He has his new relationship with Gabby. I didn't think I was gonna like Gabby. In these episodes, but you know what? She really grew on me, and I didn't think I was gonna like Ezekiel and Gabby's relationship. It's very cheesy, it's very on the nose, but you know what? It works. It's very cute. I did like the banter between the two, and I knew where it was gonna head with Gabby. Bringing the old man back. Ignacio is still reeling from Dita's death and all the chaos that happened, especially Ezekiel having to kill. Well, he wanted to. He wanted that revenge, right? So, yeah, I knew that was going to happen with Gabby, kind of, because he's been, mopey. Ezekiel's always bringing up breakfast burritos he won't eat, and he doesn't really get out of bed, doesn't wash dishes, he doesn't go work, and, at one point, spoiler discussion, so Gabby's at the house cleaning up, and what I like about Gabby is she's so sweet, but yet she's that strong, no nonsense, chick where she's like, I'm making you mole, get your ass in the shower and fucking come eat, okay? And she has that big old smile, So I like Gabby. I'm starting to like Gabby. Her, Ezekiel and Ignacio have a nice little chemistry going on. It's not absolutely radiant, but it's getting there. It's warming me up. So I really did like Gabby, Ezekiel, Gabby, and Ignacio. And with Ignacio, you could already tell. I knew it wasn't gonna last long when he was gonna be mopey and stuff. I did like the part where Ezekiel gets the gun and hides it somewhere else, and then later on Angel's like, oh, did you get the other guns? I did like that one. There's a couple jokes here that hit. There's one particular joke by Creeper that was freaking amazing. When all the chars met up and they're like, oh, we know you fuckers raided the party, and Creeper's like, oh yeah, it was a blast. Fucking guy, man. Fucking guy. But let's go back to Ezekiel, right? Ezekiel is patched. He's a member now. He's starting to learn that he's not a prospect anymore. There's that part where they're, talking about what they need to do, what Bishop did, saying fuck Tuscan, Arizona charters. Fuck you, Ramos, the pipeline thing. And Ezekiel was going to speak up, but Angel cut him off. And then Ezekiel confronts Angel, and Angel's like, you're not a prospect no more, man. Grow some balls. What you need to say is right there on the table. Don't be fucking, you need to say it. You're not a prospect no more, which was amazing. Angel straight up was right about that. And Ezekiel is going to play. You could already tell this dude is, they're setting this guy up for greatness, right? I mean, him going to Bishop while he's taking a piss, perfect timing, right? And laying out his plan. And that's what I really like so far about the season. I mean, the war overall, right, with the Vatos is kind of squashed sort of. This is where I really liked episode 1 because they really they really present Gilly as the funny guy. I couldn't understand some of his shit, like some of his jokes, but they give him some spotlight, which is great. Of course, you get a bar fight. There's always a bar fight. But who I really like is Creeper as well. Creeper, Hank, not too much in the spotlight, but then we go to Taza. And Taza's looking good, man. He's looking really, he's looking tired. He's looking like frantic, but he's looking great. I like the shots that they have of him, and the cinematography really works with some of the shots with him, especially at night while he's just sitting on a porch, right? But him telling Bishop, like, we need to fucking take out Paulo. Like, this dude is no joke. And Bishop saying, it's fucking done. It's over. We squashed it. We did our thing. Like, he has nobody. There is no way this guy's going to rise up and come after us. And that's fucking stupid of Bishop. This is the one time where I'm like, Bishop, you're an idiot. That's a fucking dumbass move. You need to finish him off. One fucking guy will come back and kick your ass. All right. So, absolutely agree with Taza. I think Taza was on the right. And then I do like the little interaction to Ezekiel and Taza, and how Ezekiel's kind of like, what the fuck's going on, man? Like, and then Taza, there's something he's hiding, and he knows Paulo, right? He knows. So I'm looking forward to more of that character. Creeper, going to Creeper again, he spots. I like how he could just kind of read the person and just like say, yeah, something's fucking up. He reads Coco, and it's obvious that Coco's really in bad shape. And he just has that way of like, you think you don't know too much about Creeper. You think Creeper, maybe you don't really know too much about his personality, but he seems like the happy of the group, sort of. I mean, he's more aware. He's the most aware, I think, member other than Ezekiel in the group, which I really like. And I really wish they explore him more. But I got to say the acting is okay with Creeper, the actor who plays Creeper. He's not the best, and it works sometimes, and it doesn't work sometimes if he doesn't get too much to do. But I do want to see that character explored. I mean, Sons of Anarchy did have some phenomenal acting, but some acting was like, like was it Paco in this episode I thought he was terrible in acting wise, but of course they try to hit you with that heartstring, and we'll get to there in a minute. So Ezekiel, Taza, Coco now. I don't really like where they're going with Coco, because I feel like Coco, it's not in Coco's character, even though like I get he would be this defeated and want to turn to drugs and stuff. And I gotta say, there's a lot of ass cheeks in this episode, in this series. No, the first episode's a lot of ass cheeks. I mean, I see some ass. There's a lot of sex. Like, I think that's what some of us were complaining about. Like, where's the sex, man? Where's the naughtiness? Like, and this TV mature for a reason. Sex. Kite Man voice, if you've ever seen Harley Quinn. So I mean, they provide that. They provide it. And Angel's depressed, and how he just, Coco goes to coke, Angel goes to booty. They're both kind of the same, but you know, they both grieve differently. So Coco, though, I've seen so many times, and when I was watching the episode, I was like, but would Coco really succumb that easily? Like, Coco is he is a brash, hot-headed guy, yet he is a little level-headed sometimes too. He understands that he does wrong. Like when he messed with Chucky and came back, and this is after he got shot up too, and he gives Chucky hugs. I'm sorry, man. I love you. Like, that's the back and forth with Coco. But with this Coco, like, he's fucking all in on like just destruction. He's in his downfall, and he's going around trying to get some, smack. I don't necessarily like what they're doing with Coco's character, but I was like super into it at the end of episode 2 when I thought this motherfucker was gonna die. And how crazy would that have been? And I actually I didn't want it, but then I kind of wanted it just to see what the aftermath would have been. And it would have made sense, like, because like a lot of those scenes are like, oh shit, all of Coco's scenes is pretty much in episode 2. And when he's about to get shot up, and I think it's the prostitute chick that they had in season 2 when she was blowing those cops that recognize him. So, but my heart was racing. The scene was beautifully done where he's fucking booking it, a little bit of slow-mo, and then like he's in the car, he's getting dragged out like we've seen a trailer, and I'm like, this guy's gonna fucking die. And I'm like not ready, but I'm prepared for it. And it makes sense. And to kill off Coco like this off the bat, holy shit. Wait till the MC learns about it. It's fucking gonna be a massacre. But that didn't happen. It didn't happen, and I was like, oh, okay. So they hit him over the head, and we'll see where this goes. Obviously, he's still alive because they showed it in a preview. But I would have actually, if whatever the resolution to Coco's story at the end of the season, if it's a payoff, then okay, awesome. But I'm gonna say they kind of missed a golden opportunity right there. And as much as we love Coco, give Coco's death, since we know Coco and we've gone with Coco. And I feel like if this is the route they're going, I've seen this route before. You could have killed him off, and you could have shined some more light on maybe another member. You could have gave more spotlight to another member, because they're trying to spread it out with all these characters. You still have Emily, and I think it's the most watchable storyline. I don't give a shit about Emily. I honestly am. I just think she's bad. I think she's a bad character. A lot of people didn't like Tara, but I understood Terry. I understood Tara and what her frustration and the love for her kids. And then you see Emily, and she don't know what the fuck to do with her kid. Her kid's like 5 years old already, doesn't know how to handle him. And then the sister gets involved because of Miguel, because Miguel sees Emily and how fucking like she's going downhill. The whole pipeline, the whole border's closed off, so it's really cutting off the town, and they're blaming her. It's a lot of shit, right? It's a lot of shit. But Emily's storyline is the least engaging, okay, even with Miguel's situation. So we'll get into Miguel. He looks weird without the beard. He looks very weird. He doesn't look anything threatening. He looks like he doesn't look like it threatening at all. He does threaten a counselor, and this is where I said on my non-spoiler review is that the predictability in the first 2 episodes, but the execution was great. So he's on a warpath. His mom just died, and he's going after whoever was fucking near her, right, and didn't stop her. So first up is the counselor lady, who wasn't even fucking counseling her. He goes in there. He's asking questions, and he's fucking saying, did she say I was to blame? And she's like, I can't tell you, it's confidential. This is like between, it's a contract. Like, I can't tell you anything. And you knew right away, like when he walked into that door, that she was fucking dead. Like, she was done. So predictability, but the execution when they got Baco, and Nestor, and they were following her while she was walking the dog, and then they fucking brutally just fucking fuck her up, right? Throw her in a vent, fuck her up. Shoot her, hit her, fuck her up. Was fast, but very brutal and very, yes, that's exactly how ruthless these people are. And I was like, great. They executed the scene amazingly. That's one step, right? That's one step. So Miguel's fucking this one chick too behind Emily's back, and the chick, I think, is like running for mayor for the town. I'm not quite sure. I think she was in season 2. I just can't remember. But honestly, I thought Miguel was sleeping with other women behind Emily's back, like way before, like in season 1, honestly. So he's sleeping with another woman. He's still a vengeful type. Like the poor, is it Paco, I believe. Nestor's, the one who let Dita steal the car. And that guy's not a very good actor either. I'm sorry. He was really terrible in episode 2, but they really get you with the heartstring with his son. And then especially like when he brought his son to Marcus. Man, like that, because I'm a dad probably, that really took my heart. And then when he has to and then he gets the call. He's like, I can't go. Like, this is my kind of like my day off, and I'm with my son. I don't have nobody to watch my son. They're like, no, your ass is getting over here. So that really hit. That kind of hit. That really hit pretty hard. If you're a dad, you kind of know, what's up. This dude's probably working all the time, and he never gets to see his son. And then you see his son. It's so heartbreaking. Well, he goes, and then of course it's like a Goodfellas thing where fucking Galindo gets a magic bullet or the golden gun from like 007 from Marcus Alvarez. The thing I really love though, the brutality of this death, and don't think I'm like a psycho and stuff. I just like to see if you have a property like this, you need to go all in, right? You need to showcase why these people are dangerous, why these people are not the good guys, that these guys are bad guys, Wreck-It Ralph style, but murder. So he pulls out this golden gun, right, and he's shooting Paco, and like it's brutal, man. Like Miguel's gun starts fucking jamming, and then Paco's just like fucking suffering. You can see Marcus and Nestor just like, holy shit, dude, this guy's suffering. This is not how we wanted to do it. And then like fucking Miguel's gun just keeps jamming while he's shooting him, and then he's like gives it to Marcus, like, get that fucking gun fixed. Like, crazy good though, crazy good. And going to Marcus is my favorite character. I love the shot where he's rubbing his Mayans ring, because even though he's a suit, he is the Don of like this whole charter, the Oakland charter, and everybody respects him. We respect him, especially since we know from Sons of Anarchy. Love Marcus. I love how they bring in a little bit of his family life, right? He's a family man still. His wife even waits for him when he arrives, even though he doesn't whisper in her ear like, I killed our son. He did that. But I do like that aspect to showcase that this guy has a family, but this guy's doing ruthless fucking things. See, this guy has to be cold-hearted. I thought he was getting a little soft, honestly, in season 2, but he kind of comes back at it. I think he has to do what he has to do. He knows what's going on. He knows something's up with Dita death and all that. He has a hunch that's probably Ezekiel and Angel and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to see what fucking happens, especially with Bishop. So let's go to Bishop and a charter and Civil War. All right. So you don't have necessarily the Sons War yet, and I think I only watched it once. I need to go back, but I think that they kind of when Paulo actually gives Montez a call and asks him, I believe he says, like, I thought you would be calling me and worried about your cousin. So I'm assuming the son that died was Montez's cousin. That's what I'm assuming. It wasn't Montez like everybody thought. And then not only that, Bishop kind of just like, when they talk about it, he's like, oh, that's done and over. Hopefully nobody comes like says anything. So the Sun and Mayan War has not begun yet, but the Civil War is beginning. And the Civil War is between the Tuscan and the Arizona charter with Bishop's charter, right? They know Bishop fucked up, right? He fucked up the whole deal. He has his pipeline, but in the beginning of the episode, they got this person about to run a drug across the border. You got 2 baby seats. It's a chick. She needs the money, her and her husband and stuff. And right away, this is one of my nitpicks, is that Ezekiel looking at her and the pep talk they have before that run goes, and then of course it goes sour. He knew that was going to go sour. Why? Why still go with it? You knew it wasn't going to happen. Look at her. She's going to fuck it up. So if I'm a drug kingpin, and I'm making sure I watch the movie Blow before they get caught, Narcos before he dies, and see how the fuck that shit goes through pretty smoothly. But when it comes to this, did not go smoothly at all. Of course, she was going to fuck up. Of course, the run doesn't work, and then that fucks everything else up. And then Ramos, the other charter members, they just really pissed off at Bishop. They've had it with Bishop. They're trying to push him out, and they're disrespecting him at the same time, and his crew. So he pretty much says, like they want him to run like a double. They want to double up his back and forth, right? They want him to overtime that shit. And Bishop says, "Fuck you, man. There's no way. There's no way I could push that much shit out. You know, the pipeline. Fuck you. And you know what? See what happens. See how you guys survive without my fucking pipeline." So he's Bishop at this point is, you see the theme, everybody's like seems to be going down, spiraling out of control. And I'll say, after he said fuck you to them, I honestly got like either the end of this season, or if they know they're greenlit for a couple more seasons, I feel like a lot of the Mayans, especially Bishop, especially with the Paulo situation, that he's going to die, and a lot of these Mayans are going to go with him. It feels like a crew that says fuck you, and it was the biggest mistake they ever did. But along the lines, when Bishop says that, I mean, he got balls, and I respect Bishop for like fucking standing his ground. And then the whole Ezekiel and Bishop conversation is the conversation, and Ibarra is over there in the table listening to Bishop, and Bishop is saying, well, Ezekiel said that, you know, there's 3 kings, there should be only one. That's all you have to say, bro. What he's saying is for Bishop to take out Ramos, and I forgot the other guy, the bald-headed guy too. Take them out, and there should be only one king, and that's Bishop. Fuck. And Ibarra's like, okay, we'll go for it, but Marcus ain't gonna like this. And Bishop's like, fucking Marcus is not a Mayan no more. He's a Sioux. Bullshit. Once you're a Mayan, like especially Marcus. So I am super excited to see where that fucking goes. How they're gonna do that. Fuck, man. Bishop is going. He's going for the throats. He's going for the jugular, and he needs to, because if he doesn't and he wastes, they're gonna go after fucking him. I know there's rules. I know there's votes. But, I mean, look at the fucking Vatos. The Vatos went back on their fucking obligation and just wanted revenge. And then the cycle of hate. Bishop wanted revenge on them. So it's a fucking civil war that's going to happen before, like, Sons of Anarchy is going to come involved. Or we still need to know what's up with Paulo and Montez. Paulo's a great villain, too. For fucking Vatos, like that dude, like I want to. That guy just fucking destroyed that patrol officer. So I want to see Paulo for sure. I was kind of bummed that he wasn't in. Where I was wondering where the fuck did he go? He took the cop car, which I would thought like should be like a video recording his ass in that cop car. So I'm interested to see where he lands. And he told Montez too, don't even bother. We'll meet up pretty soon. Like because Montez is like, I'll go to you. Like, nah. So I'm into, and then the deal. So Montez was, you know, acting a little fishy anyway when he was back introduced in the Mayan series, and then like now knowing that him and Paulo have like kind of like a little deal going on, like you kind of knew that was happening, but it kind of sucks to see Montez do that, especially like, you know, he's wearing the Sons of Anarchy patch, and you know, fucking Jax would be pretty pissed at that point. So we'll see where that goes. I'm liking that storyline. Emily, no. Coco, not so much. Thor is back in this episode. The deaths are great. Especially so Polo not only just slashes this motherfucker and he's still alive, but he runs him over repeatedly. So that was gnarly, and the execution on that was great as well. Angel's situation, and the Adelita. So the one gripe I had too was Adelita's exchange that they did was terrible. Like, how did those agents not know that those guys were fake and that whole situation was a bust, and yet they still went through it? I get why what Potter's partner or whatever just like went ahead with it, but it's fucking stupid. It's very stupid, and that should have never happened. So I felt like that was definitely lazy writing just to get Adelita free. Adelita's not all there too. Another downward spiral. She's really seen what kids, she has a kid of her own, and she's seen these kids that she's had throughout the rebellion and what the fuck they're doing. And that's what it is, man. If you watch Narcos, you know fucking kids will kill you, and they do in this series too. They kill those 2 cops, and that felt like a Narcos moment as well. So Adelita's not all there. She does get freed up. I'm interested to see the conversation between her and Angel. Angel's just banging people. I do like the little moment where he sees the picture, or he looks at the son's picture, but he goes back to banging those 2, or he goes straight to banging those 2 chicks. I just feel like I need more Angel Adelita. I need to know why. Why is this a thing? And they really need to make me care, because I don't think we had enough of them, and enough just bringing the baby involved doesn't mean really anything. I need to be more attached to the idea of these 2 and the baby. And it definitely could work. I mean, I'm very curious to see what that conversation, when they do have it, between Adelita and Angel. And Potter's not involved. Potter's out. Potter's like, he's still making moves. I mean, he shut down that border, but he's not in the picture yet. He's I believe he's somewhere. He went somewhere. So there's a lot of things that are like going on, a lot of plot points, a lot of new kind of storylines. We see setups. We see a lot of setups in the future, especially with, I'm most interested in is that civil war that's going to happen, right? I'm interested to see how Bishop plays this game. He's now in the game of chess, and Ezekiel is his queen's gambit. Like, he needs Ezekiel's fucking brain to really win this kind of war he got himself into. And there's just a lot of enemies out there right now, especially in his own, not necessarily his charter, but his somewhat family charter, you know? So, see if I hit everything in the head that I really wanted to say. I did not like the Miguel little flashback dream that he had of his mom. It looked a little cheesy. That's kind of like mostly I wanted to cover. I need to rewatch this episode. I'll break it down more with the Okius Taylor on Thursday. We're going to do a prediction video on that too. I'm there's going to be more bodies hitting the floor throughout for sure. But you know, I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. I really feel like they got it kind of going. I feel like Elgin James took this and he said, okay, we need to listen to some of the fan, what their input is, and we need to make it we need to bring that in. We need to bring, more, we see what was worked in the previous episodes and what our seasons, and we need to see, what we need to improve on this season. I think that they're going to do. I think it's starting. It's working. So I'm very excited to see what's going to go down. I know there's probably a lot more to cover, but we'll cover more of that on Thursday. But my overall, those were the points I wanted to hit for sure. There's just a lot to like here. There's, like I said, I think they really dropped the ball in that Adelita exchange. I don't like where they're taking Coco's storyline. I'm not a big fan of Emily's storyline, but I am a big fan of the war that's about to happen, the exchanges that's already occurred, the already giving some spotlight to the Mayan MC members that we need to know more of. I think we need more Hank. We get one scene of Hank when he's doing his tattooing. And I think Ezekiel is rising up. Do I think he's a leading man just yet? No, I think it's still an ensemble cast, and they're relying on that. Charlie Hunnam just oozed, like, even though doesn't necessarily translate to the movies, he did so good in Sons of Anarchy that you really understood. I always say that Jax Teller might be a better leading man, or story-wise and character-wise, than Walter White, because the tragedy, they both have tragedies, but Jax Teller had a tragedy of he was already born into this world, right? He knew nothing else but this world, and the tragedy is he can never get out. While Ezekiel, he chose this world. Well, technically he didn't. He made a deal, but he embraced it, and you could tell he embraced it by just that opening scene when he's punching the shit out of that guy. So but he's smart. And I do like that they don't have any flashbacks. There's really no need for the flashbacks anymore, because the flashbacks were just weren't for to figuring out who killed his mother, the whole situation. That's done. So I'm very interested to see, now that he's patched, what can he contribute to the MC, and how high can he go? I think Angel might die. Angel will probably die at some point. It has to happen. You know, the tragedy. I'm pretty sure Ignacio is going to die at some point, but we will see. Like I said, it was predictable, but the execution, if it's money, it's money, and they did a great job on that. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and comment below. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm Dan the Man, your son. I'm out of here.